Have you ever wondered why some men do everything right, yet their lives do not unfold the way they expected? They work honestly. They stay faithful. They pray. They wait. And still, the years pass quietly. There comes a point in a man's life when silence begins to ask questions no one else dares to ask. Why am I still here? Why does my house echo at night? Why does my path feel different? This message is not about loss. It is about formation. There are seasons when God does not add to a man's life. He deepens him. Scripture shows us something uncomfortable but true. God often separates a man before he assigns him. Not because the man is weak, but because the calling ahead requires strength that cannot be borrowed. In the ancient hills near Bethzer lived a man named Elias. He was in his mid-40s, hands hardened by years of labor, shoulders shaped by responsibility. He came from a long line of farmers, men who passed land, faith, and honor from generation to generation. By day, Elias worked the soil. By night, he sat with his thoughts. His home was orderly. His life was disciplined. But when darkness fell, the quiet grew heavy. His bed remained untouched on one side, and the stillness pressed in ways no fieldwork ever could. People noticed. They always do. Some called him distant. Others said he was too selective. A few whispered that something must be wrong with him. What they didn't know was that years earlier, Elias had trusted his heart once, and paid deeply for it. The woman he planned to marry vanished without explanation, leaving behind broken promises and a future that collapsed overnight. After that, Elias did not become bitter. He became guarded. Opportunities came, but something in his spirit refused to move quickly again. Time passed. Friends built families. Children filled their homes. Elias remained where he was, faithful, steady, alone. Then one day, while returning from the fields, he found a woman collapsed near the road. Her name was Rachel. She had been fleeing danger, carrying grief heavier than her body could bear. Elias took her in. She brought something unfamiliar into his home, peace. Not excitement. Not fantasy. Peace. The kind that settles instead of stirs. For the first time in years, Elias felt his heart open again. Not rushing forward, but waking up. Then the truth came. Rachel was not free to begin again. Her past still bound her. She left quietly, leaving behind a single thought written in his mind: God's plans are rarely revealed all at once. That night, Elias wept, not because he lost her, but because he finally understood that his loneliness was not random. From that day forward, something changed. He stopped asking why his life felt empty and began asking what his life was being prepared for. Months later, a group of orphaned children arrived in the village, displaced, frightened, unwanted. Without planning it, without announcing it, Elias opened his doors. The house that once echoed now breathed. Small footsteps replaced silence. Questions replaced isolation. Purpose replaced ache. What Elias discovered was this: the love he had reserved for one woman was not wasted, it was multiplied. He became something unexpected. Not a husband, but a father in a different sense. Years passed. Those children grew into leaders, teachers, healers. And when Elias's life came to an end, he was not surrounded by biological heirs, but by lives shaped by his obedience. His legacy was not traditional. It was eternal. This pattern is not rare in Scripture. Jeremiah was told not to marry, not because marriage was wrong, but because his mission required singular devotion. John the Baptist lived apart from normal life, not because he was incomplete, but because clarity required distance. Paul spoke openly of singleness as a gift, not a deficiency, but an advantage for undivided purpose. Even Jesus walked alone, not because he lacked love, but because his assignment demanded total focus. The world measures a man by milestones. God measures a man by readiness. Modern research now echoes what Scripture has long revealed. Extended seasons of solitude often sharpen focus, increase emotional regulation, and deepen self-awareness. Silence trains the mind. Stillness strengthens discernment. A man who waits does not emerge weaker. He emerges clearer. Many men feel behind when they are actually being built slowly on purpose. Pressure produces speed. Silence produces depth. What looks like delay is often development. Your quiet years are not empty. They are instructional. God is not withholding life from you. He is shaping you so that when life comes, whether through leadership, mentorship, service, or even marriage, you enter it whole, not fragmented. Some callings collapse if entered too early. That is why God sometimes removes distraction before revealing direction. If your life does not resemble the picture you imagined by now, it does not mean you failed. It may mean you were chosen for a different kind of influence. Scripture says there is a season for everything. Not a rush. Not a comparison. A season. Some men are called to build families. Others are called to build foundations for many. Some are meant to raise children. Others are meant to raise leaders. Solitude is not absence. It is concentration. And when the time comes, you will not step into purpose half-formed. You will step into it grounded, disciplined, and ready. Tonight, when the quiet returns, do not see it as emptiness. See it as sacred space. God does some of His most important work where no one is watching.